So you're in the middle of the mountains. How are you going to communicate to someone that need help? SOS button. Just hold that down. SOS begins in 18 seconds. 16. I know, the anticipation is riveting.
Enter.
Enter? Quit? Enter? Quit?
Enter.
Okay, no helicopters coming. At least, not this time. Hello again, Pietro here, and we are on site. We did a field trip today. I'm with my friend Jim, and we're going to review a fun gadget today called the Garmin inReach 66i. It's a mobile device. It kind of looks like an old school cell phone, but it's not. It has a color screen. Well, let me just show you. And I'm going to let Jim here. He's the one that actually owns the device. And we're just going to kind of show it and how it's relatable to a side-by-side or for hiking, camping,
right.
Whole bunch of stuff. And here we go.
Hello, so my wife and I bought this because we ride our side-by-side all the time with nobody else, which isn't the safest way to go out and do things in the wilderness. And with the inReach, it gives us some security, and as long as we were going to go with that anyway, we were constantly stopping and using Google Maps or something like that to find the trails. Well, this gives us the ability to find trails, and it will keep us on track, just like a GPS in your car, which is, Garmin makes those as well. This is a powered mount that it's setting in, so while it's plugged in there, there's a USB port that it's plugged into, and that keeps it charged for us while we're driving. The inReach function also gives us a little SOS cap here. We can pop that open, press the button, and it will contact a 24-hour location.
Call center.
Call center, thank you.
And that comes with the service for data?
It comes with the monthly service fee, yes.
Okay. And how much is the monthly service fee?
Monthly service fee that we're doing right now, there's 6 different ones you can do. You can do an annual fee, which saves you a little bit if you're going to do all 12 months anyway.
Yeah.
And the lowest one is $12. Then I think it's about $25, and I forget what the highest one is, $50 or $60. Each one gives you more and more, basically text messages.
Yeah.
For free before you start getting charged.
That reminds me of like 2008 when you had to pay per text message. Like every text message was 10 cents or something, and we give you the first 100 free, and each additional text message is 10 cents. And
so this, you can send text messages to anybody you want, then they can reply back to you. The SOS function, if you press that, and all the texts you send to the call center are free. They don't charge against you. But at that point, I doubt that you're worried about it because you're wanting to be rescued.
Correct.
So I don't think 50 cents a text message would bother you at that point.
And it's literally just one click on the SOS and
press and hold it for 20 seconds. And then then it'll say, "Are you sure?" And then you say yes, and then it finally goes.
Okay.
And then they will automatically text you back and say, "Okay, what's the problem?" If you haven't passed out by then and you answer them, then you might say the helicopter coming out. You might just say, "Hey, we need the Rangers to come get us. We've broken our leg or something."
Yeah.
If you do nothing, then they will start sending the cavalry out.
So, and right now we're in the city, so I don't think we're gonna get lost or need to do the SOS, but I wanted to showcase how easy it is to use and how awesome the display is.
So we can, and I didn't plan this ahead of time, so sorry if I fumble around a lot, but you can go to the menu. And you talked about the old cell phones. This is really old school. You literally scroll down to the function you want. Almost
like old school Android.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the nice thing about that is if you've got a big pair of gloves on and you're hiking in the winter, that's exactly what you want. Big buttons, no touch screen, anything like that.
See, and as of late, I used to be completely, spoiled by touchscreen and thought it was the way to go. But after having the Tactix and the Enduro and a couple other watches, I'm actually preferring buttons because it's more precise.
Yep, exactly.
And if the device gets wet, it still works.
These Garmin's have been around for decades.
And this one is
really changed it much.
This one is IPX. I mean, you could drop it in water, and that's why the plug is so...
To about 3 meters, I think, for just a moment.
Yeah, you know, so if you were fishing
and you
drop it in the river, you'd be fine.
Yep, you could get it back out. I wouldn't... This one was about $600. I wouldn't do it just to test it.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do a drop test. No thanks.
But there's the different things you can do. There's an SOS function, so if I hit that,
right within
it's
the
going
UI.
to say, "Did you mean to do this?" And it's telling me I have to hold the button to do it. I can't just do it off the menu.
So you just hit quit. Yeah. Nice.
There is some satellite.
Bird's eye direct.
Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
I've got these different, like Skyline Drive. I've got a bunch of Skyline Drive satellite views. So if I go back to here, for instance, then I hit menu, map setup. Now I can go down and say, go back up, configure maps.
Okay.
Now I go to the bottom and I want to turn that on. And now it's the satellite view.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's not as good as Google Maps.
Still, I mean, no, I can tell where we are,
but these are all downloaded.
Buildings.
So
yeah,
because there is no cell service on this.
Yeah, if you did, that would be wickedly expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you just plan ahead, download your map. Okay.
Yeah, you do everything from home, because this is mostly for hiking.
Yeah.
And there's a clip that it thinks the power went away, so it wants to know what I'm doing. Now it's got a clip on it, which I can clip to my backpack or something like that. And you need to keep it where the antenna is pointing up and out. You don't want to shove it in the bottom of your backpack. But that's what people do, is they'll just hike along like this, and then they'll, check occasionally to see if they're on course.
Yeah. Now, does it have Audible or Bluetooth? Like, will it actually talk to you and say, "Hey, turn left, turn right"?
It doesn't talk, but it does beep.
Okay.
As you come to an intersection, it'll beep saying you're getting close.
So quasi turn-by-turn navigation.
It'll actually do turn-by-turn.
Oh, okay.
In your car. It's not as good as a car GPS, but it's not made for
Again,
that.
it's more for hiking.
It'll give you one beep about 10 seconds or 20 seconds before you get to the corner, and then it'll double beep when you get really close.
My watch has an around me feature. So let's say you were in the country and you need to find a gas station for your side-by-side. Can it look up a nearby gas station?
I've tried it on this and it will do it, but it's pretty poor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want Google Maps or something like that for that, or whatever Apple's got.
So if by chance, so let's say you had this in your boat and you're water skiing on Lake Powell and you're almost out of gas, you could send a text message to someone, find me the nearest gas station and send me the longitude and latitude or MGRS. That would work, but it doesn't. It's not meant for looking up points of interest.
It's got a database of them, but it's limited.
Okay. No, that's good to know. That's good to know.
It's like I said, it's mostly meant for hikers, backwoods, stuff like that, and then it's got some other kind of.
See, and that's what I needed to try on my watch here, is if it would work and find those points of interest if I didn't have it connected to my phone to find out. You know what I mean?
Yes, and it does. That's the database it's got.
Yeah. But I need to like go in the wilderness with this one and see if it can find the nearest Baskin Robbins.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah, because this has. Here, I'll let you hold my tripod. So I'll show you the around me feature. I've made a video on it before, but basically all you do is you just hold down the navigation button and go to map. And then once it loads, you just do a long press and then you choose around me. And then it quickly loads the map and lets you know what businesses and points of interest are around the vicinity? Around the area you are in. So it lets you know what's nearby. So it hasn't connected yet. Come on, Garmin, make us look good. Loading map. So, off initial testing, the inReach is faster at... Although your maps were preloaded, but...
Yes.
Yeah, I brought up my map here in Utah just 2 days ago. There we go. So it was searching all the nearest areas, and if we just click that little pie thing around, then click select, it lets us know that we're by a church. There's some businesses. Patriots Park, Church, Spanish Fork. Ooh, Icelandic Monument. Let's go there. Anyway, so there's the Around Me feature, and I was thinking that maybe the inReach had it, but that's okay. It's not designed for things. Oh, it has verb mode, so it will connect to cameras. Trip computer. Oh, sun and moon. Waypoint averaging. Okay, so it automatically will document your waypoints along a trip.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Proximity alarms.
Yeah, you can set when I get within a certain distance of this point, let me know, so then it'll start beeping.
Okay.
To let you know you're near whatever it is you were looking for.
So what are some other your favorite features about this device?
Unfortunately, I haven't used it enough. We've only been out in the buggy in our side-by-side once since we got it.
Oh, okay.
And
but as far as navigation, uploading maps, easy peasy.
You connect your phone to the Garmin Explorer site, and then you connect this device to your phone.
Okay.
This also has Wi-Fi, but to do any of the mapping, you do that.
Now you get it off, I just pull up?
No, you have to pull. There's a button you pull.
Oh, I see.
Unlock it, and then you have to go and stay on. Here we go.
So as far as the weight, it's really light.
It's pretty light, yeah.
I would say this doesn't weigh much more than a cell phone. I'll look up the exact weight and throw on the screen. And then how's the battery life when you're traveling?
It's got the ability to transmit your location through the satellite, and then you can have your friends or family looking on a map as you're traveling.
Okay.
And it can do it either every 10 minutes or every hour or every 2 or 3 hours, something like that, in expedition mode. In expedition mode, they say it runs about 300 hours, I think.
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in regular mode, it'll last about a day.
I like that it has Garmin Connect IQ. Now to select that, do I just push down?
You hit the enter button once you find what you want.
So now it's loading Wikilog. Now, so you can pair this to your phone, and then will it use your phone's internet to download stuff?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't do that.
But you can do updates through your phone.
Correct.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you could download a map to your phone and then push it to this.
Not a map. You would do tracks.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. The maps you connect to the Wi-Fi directly with this. Now you could tether your phone if you have the ability to do that, but this has to be hooked to a Wi-Fi to download maps and.
So then you could do okay, yeah. So you would just create the hotspot on your phone. Boom.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
What you normally do, like if you're hiking or biking or whatever it is you want to use this for, you go to the Garmin Explorer site, you set up your track that you want to follow, then your phone will automatically grab that, and then when you turn this on, it'll automatically grab it from your phone.
Okay.
So it's kind of a two-step process.
I just found a really fun feature, geocaching.
That I have done around this area.
So look, here's the one, Cougar Cache. So we just click enter.
Mm-hmm.
Cougar Cache, half a mile away.
And then you just hit the go, and it'll tell you how to get there.
So now we hit enter again.
Yep.
Direct routing, motorcycle driving, cycling, tour cycling, mountain biking, pedestrian. Okay, so similar to Google, it says, okay, how are you traveling?
Right.
Wow, this is really detailed. ATV off-road. Okay, so we have direct routing, automobile driving, motorcycle driving, cycling, tour cycling, mountain biking, pedestrian walking, hiking, mountaineering, ATV road, and then that's it.
Yep.
Cool. And then to go back, you hit menu.
quit if you want to back out of that one.
Oh, or more options. Oh, okay. So quit kind of goes. Okay, I see. Awesome. And then to zoom in, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then I'm guessing if we just go left, does it let you pan as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yep. And you can pan diagonally by holding the corner of the button down.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's actually pretty quick. You know what this reminds me of? The Palm Treo.
Yes.
Do you remember the Palm Treo phones by Palm Pilot? I had a black and white Palm Pilot back in 1999. I love that thing. And they got a new one. Then I heard of Handspring, and then Treo, and then something happened between Handspring and Treo. Anyway, I digress. Well, this is cool. So now this should pair with my watch.
Yes.
To send a text message. But you don't really need a watch because you can send it. See, I initially thought that you needed a watch or some other device connected to this in order to send a text message.
It's much easier if you have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Because you can use the keyboard on the cell phone.
Yeah.
If you send this, it's like the old flip phones.
Yeah, click.
Yeah, you have to choose the characters. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so now to go to messages, if I wanted to send somebody a message, hit enter on that. And then I can choose who I want to send it to, or I can send a new message.
So let someone to me, I'll pay for it.
I've got 10 of them.
Oh, okay. So type message.
So type message.
So now we just... so your contacts are built right in.
The ones that I've already had. I can enter some contacts.
Or you could just enter in a direct phone number.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the message app and open, and now what we'll just do is quickly type a message. So if you're in the middle of Egypt, you can just bring this up, and this is what we were talking about. This is old school. This is how it used to. This is how you type in a message before we had touch screens and fancy smartphones.
Whoops, and I made a mistake, so I have to back up because I missed
back up. You're gonna have to go around the horn.
Hello. Now we gotta say. Let's see. Where's the caps?
That's okay. We can do all lowercase.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, boy, that. See, in an emergency, you wouldn't be worried about caps.
No.
Attacked by a bear. Come now. Maybe I'd just say bear attack. SOS.
So now I can click done. And now I can hit send message.
Do it, send it. So how much is this text message going to cost us?
This one will be free because I get, at the rate I'm on, I get 10 free per month.
Oh, that's not bad.
I can switch it anytime I want to the next level up, which gives me 40 for the month. But 10 is, I sent, that's one. You reply, that's one. So I tell, in all my messages, I say, no need to reply. So they don't think they've got to say thank you.
Yeah.
And it is literally, it's the old school, 160 characters. 161 characters, that's 2 messages.
So less than a tweet.
Yep.
Okay, we're waiting for the text to come through.
And if you look right, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, right there is a little dark blue arrow pointing up. That means it's still trying to send.
Oh, wow.
Everything this does is satellite. And it's 2 different satellite systems.
Oh, so it sent?
Yeah, it beeped and it's sent. The arrow's gone.
Okay.
So I'm going to back out of that now.
So the message went to the satellites. It is now 16:05.
And there's 2 different satellite systems this is using. It's using the GPS satellites.
Yeah.
Which you can tell it to use just the ones that everybody uses. And I think there's another set that you can use, but that takes more power. So I've got that turned off. And then there's the inReach satellites that does the communication. There's fewer of those. So that's why it took so long for it. It had to wait for one to come into view.
Yeah.
It sent the message. And that's why
But basically, as soon as you click send,
it starts
if you went unconscious, the message would still go through.
Right.
Yeah, it just has to wait.
Yeah, and that's why the call center will try and contact you, but if you don't reply, then they'll assume it's really bad and they'll send help as quick as they can. That's one of the nice things about this one as opposed to other options for getting help. There's some, and I don't recall the acronyms of them. ACR, I think, is one of them.
Garmin actually has a blog that talks about, they have all these testimonials of people that have been saved because they had an inReach device with them.
Yes. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Long distance hikers and people that like to just go off in the mountains by themselves. Mm-hmm. They bring one of these devices with them just in case.
Right. Now, I do have the insurance that if I ever do have to be rescued, myself or my wife, they will pay the expenses.
Oh, wow.
Because if a helicopter comes to rescue you, they will bill you for that.
Yeah,
and it's $50,000 to $80,000. I had a child taken to the hospital by helicopter from one hospital to another. They sent me a $50,000 bill for a 4-minute flight.
That's an expensive ride.
It's very expensive. So there is insurance available for that. Now, if I was to find somebody on the trail that was hurt and I used my device to get them help, they are responsible for the bill, not me. So it's okay to help somebody else with this. You're not going to get a bill for that.
Yeah.
Other than the communication.
While we're waiting for the text message to come through, what's the Bird's Eye Direct?
Oh, I think it just came through.
We just got the text. So let me see. Oh, hello, Peter, inReach.com, Jim and Emily. Yeah, it just says, hello, Peter. And then, I don't know what the 3TGN54Z Zulu.
Oh, that's their location.
Oh.
So it automatically sends your latitude and longitude in the message.
Okay, that's awesome. That's very cool.
And that's safety, of course, so that people know where you are.
So now I'll just click here, and I'm going to click reply, and then I'm going to say on my way. So sending my reply. So now we'll see how long this takes to go back to Jim. So that took about 3 to 4 minutes to go through.
Yep.
Through satellite. That's not bad.
Sometimes it's really fast, sometimes it's slow. It just depends on where the satellites are at the time it happens and how long before one comes over and how often this will check for messages. Because we just sent a message, it's checking more often. If we hadn't sent one, it might only check once an hour.
Okay.
So somebody sends me a message, and they can't. This device does not have a phone number.
Yeah.
For somebody to
seeing it had a phone number on here, but I imagine if I called this, it would go nowhere.
Correct.
It's probably just when it's not a robo number, but it's like a temporary number.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if there would be no reason for you to store that number to try and send me a message because it wouldn't work. You can reply to the message you received, but you can't create a new one.
Get a new forecast. Any applicable usage charges will apply. Okay, so you can check the weather on this as well.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And it's localized to where you are.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to get the forecast, but the fact that you can somewhat quickly check the weather. So if you thought the weather was turning south, you could, and you don't have cell service, because there are tons of places. When I climbed Kings Peak, this would have been useful. That and this Garmin Tactix Delta has storm alerts, because by the time we started our ascent to Kings Peak, we didn't know a storm was coming. Mm-hmm. And by the time we got up there, the storm had arrived, and then we had to quickly get down from Kings Peak. And by the time we got down from Kings Peak, there we go. On my way, sent from Garmin. So it actually says that the message was sent from my Garmin. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So if I had an inReach with me, we could text each other in the wilderness.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, you do it the same way, but it's inReach to inReach, not phone number to phone number.
Is that cheaper?
No, it still costs.
Oh, that would be cool though. Like, do you remember in the days when if you had a T-Mobile phone and I had a T-Mobile phone? It used to be back in the day that if I had a T-Mobile phone and Jim had a T-Mobile phone, we could text each other for free. Yep. But if he went to AT&T, I'd be like, oh man, sorry, I can't text you.
Or back when there was minutes.
Yeah. T-Mobile had this cool thing where, if we're getting sidetracked, but the first incoming minute would be free.
Yeah.
So if you got a call from Verizon and you're on T-Mobile, like, yeah, okay, yeah, meet at theater in 2 minutes, bye. So as long as you kept all your incoming calls below 1 minute, it would be a free call. And that was like the funnest thing. Like, and you'd watch the phone, you'd hold it away. Like, this is back before they had speakerphones. So you just hold the phone right there. Yeah, okay, 59 seconds, okay, bye. And then whenever I go like a minute and 1 second, I always be upset because like, I just lost a minute.
Paid for a minute.
Yeah, I just paid for a minute. So you young kids growing up, you have no idea how awesome it is to have unlimited minutes, unlimited text, unlimited data. Yeah, because we remember when it was pay by the minute, and you really did.
And about the
pay
same
by
price
the
as you're
minute.
paying now.
Yeah, you did pay the minute. Well, we're going to have to do a follow-up video on this. This is a cool device. I would love to get one. I don't do enough hiking to justify the half K. But I mean, if I did, have you seen that movie 127 Hours?
No.
Where that guy gets trapped in the canyon underneath a boulder and his arms.
Oh, in Colorado, yes.
Yeah. Had he had the inReach, and because that's the cool thing, even though you don't think you can get a signal, because of the size of the antenna, and this is one of the benefits, because of the size of the signal, in the places that a cell phone can't get a signal, this inReach can get a signal.
As long as it can see the satellites.
Yeah. So if you had an open door to the sky, you should see the satellite, even if you're in a 100-foot crevasse.
Yep.
We should test that.
It can get sketchy there, but yes.
Let's get some climbing rope, go down a crevasse.
I'll leave that to you.
Let's get 2 sets of climbing rope. So just press this.
Oh, if you press and hold, it'll go to the SOS.
I'm going to shoot it, so you just slip that. All right, you gotta let it. Oh.
We don't want that.
Can we let go for like 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enter. Cancel.
So some common questions. Will the Tactix Delta connect to the inReach? I'll show you how. So just do a long press on menu, and then you just scroll down to settings, scroll, sensors, add new. Now I tried just searching, but you want to scroll down until you see it, wait for it, inReach, select. So now it's searching for the inReach sensor. So now on the device, if we go back, turn on inReach device and enable ANT setting to connect. So if we go into system, okay, we did some research. As it turns out, this version of the inReach 66i, this did not come with ANT+. We'll verify that with Garmin, but if you have ANT+, you would go to setup, enable the ANT+ technology, and then on your watch, on at least this watch, you hold long press on menu, and then you scroll down. You want to go all the way down to sensors and accessories, press select, add new, and then scroll all the way down until you see inReach. Choose that, and then it starts searching for the sensor, and if ANT+ is on your inReach device, the two will talk to each other, and then they're paired, and then you could send and receive text messages directly through the watch instead of doing that long typing that we did earlier on the inReach. And it might be that you don't want to do that, but if you wanted to, the Tactix Delta Solar watch does connect to certain models of the inReach devices. There you go. I hope that answers some questions.
I believe you will also see your GPS coordinates and tracks and stuff on your watch at that time. I think it does more than just the text messages.
Yeah, the two will coordinate in between each other.
Yep.
That's awesome. Another fun feature about this device is it gives you the exact location. So not just longitude and latitude, but also the military grid something system. Anyway, the MGRS code. Okay, that's really all the end. Goodbye. And yes, it does do turn-by-turn location, which we quickly enabled through a waypoint. Okay, so that'll be our next video. We'll get 2 sets of climbing rope. We'll go down a crevasse. We'll go to a slot canyon, or what's the famous one in Zion that I went to? Oh my gosh. It's 8 miles, the big slot canyon. I'll throw it up on the screen. We'll go there. They have some slot canyons where literally you're in this canyon. It's like as wide as your body, and it's 100 or 200 feet up. It's amazing.
Yeah, you might not get a signal down there.
Well, we should try. We'll try.
I guess if it was pointed south, you might.
Yeah.
As the satellites come over.
Yeah, there we go. So we have more testing. Thank you so much, Jim, for coming on by. I love cameo appearances. I love guests. I'll put a link right up on the screen now and also in the description. Jim and I did another video almost 2 years ago of some modifications he did in a truck, which is a really cool watch as well. But that's all we have for today. Thank you so much. And yes, in this case, when it comes to
pull towards you and left.
There we go. When it comes to numbers do mean everything, and numbers mean something when it comes to saving your life. And I wish I could say thanks to Garmin for sponsoring this, but they're going to watch this video at the same time you do. But that's all we have. Pithy comments down below. And yes, let the credits roll for the Paramount Kid. Goodbye.